Hey everybody, it's Rowan Smith at the Mortgage Center. I want to talk today about something that happens very frequently, which is two parents looking to buy a piece of property and maybe they can't quite qualify for it. So they look to stick it into their child's name as well, or bring their child onto the application. The other reason I see it is because the child has his first-time homebuyer's rights. Maybe the parents have already owned a property and they're trying to buy a new property, and it's going to trigger $6,000 in transfer tax, so they decide to put it into the child's name instead and put them on as co-signers. Now, on the surface, this may seem like a good idea. Maybe putting your son or your daughter on there right now frees up your money. Frees up, that could be the $6,000. Perhaps it makes the deal work in the first place because their income, their job is just enough to push you over the edge to get qualified for it. But there is a consequence to doing this. When you put them on there, they're losing their rights to first-time homebuyers. They're not going to be able to claim first-time homebuyer status, and they're going to have to go without owning a property for several years before they can do the first-time homebuyer RSP withdrawal plans. So you have to weigh the costs today of saving them, or saving yourself rather, the cost of the property transfer tax or buying the home in the first place against what you're going to be taking away from them in the future. I've had many parents had to pay their children $6,000 or $7,000 when their kid went to get a property 5, 10, 20 years later and was ineligible for the exemption from the property transfer tax. It can add up and can be a lot of money. So before you do that, at least have a speak with me and consult with me and see if there's a way we can structure the deal where maybe we put your child on as a co-signer to get the deal done rather than having to put them on title, or perhaps there's different ways to structure the ownership, dividing it up among certain percentages of the owners so that you can avoid or minimize your property transfer tax. There's workarounds for this, but just throwing a third party on it, especially a child, is not the way to do it. So if you're in that situation, give me a call. For the Mortgage Center, I'm Rowan Smith.